Alrighty, huge welcome to this concept video, and hopefully once you've watched this you're able to use your news skills to answer some of the questions in relation to this video. Our learning intention there is at the top, measure angles without a protractor, and of course you know what a protractor is. It's this guy right here. It is used when you have an angle that you're unsure about. For example, just there, let's draw that acute angle just there. Of course, acute being less than 9 degrees. You'll place this protractor on the line. It's a horrendously unstraight line, but we can still just about measure that, and you can see very clearly that that line would go all the way up to about, look, 55 to 60 degrees of that angle. But what we're learning today is without a protractor, there are ways and certain moments where you can measure an angle without using the protractor. And it all stems back to these words here, complementary and supplementary. When it comes to complementary, they are talking about an angle or two angles within a right angle. Okay, so complementary works when you know that the total angle is 90 degrees, because 90 degrees is a right angle, and complementary is where you've got two angles within a right angle. Now, some of you will already be able to see exactly what I'm going to ask you to do, but for those people who are just about to get this concept, let's have a look. Our first example just here, you can see it's a right angle, and it's going to be a right angle consisting of this angle here and this angle here. Now they complement each other, they work together with this one, and you can see that this angle is 73 degrees. Now I don't need a protractor because it's told me what that angle is. Because I know this is a right angle, it's almost like a mystery number problem, and all I need to do is use my total angle, which is 90 degrees, and minus the angle I know. So 90 degrees, let me put it in black, 90 degrees minus 73 degrees will give me this X angle, this mystery angle just here, because I know that my total angle is 90, 73 is the first part, and this will be the second. So minusing 73 from 90 will give me a lovely 17. So I know that this angle will be 17 degrees. Now I didn't need a protractor for that. I didn't need any other ways of doing it apart from the fact that I knew that this was 90 degrees total. All right. When it comes to another example here, a same complementary example comes together. You can see clearly that this is 12 degrees, and this whole angle AC is 90 degrees. So all we need to do is work out the angle between B and A, or A and B. Same deal, we're going to start with 90, and we're going to subtract the current angle, which is 12, and that will give us the mystery angle here. 90 minus 12 is going to be our equation, because 12 is the current angle we know, and 90 minus 12 is 78. So we know that this mystery angle is not a question mark anymore, it's 78 degrees. So you can start really working on these angles when you know that they are 90 degrees to start with. When it comes to the next word, supplementary, it's almost the same, but this time the supplementary situation revolves around a straight line. And a straight line angle, as you normally know, is a long 180 degrees. All right? It's a straight line angle because it goes all the way along a straight line, and a straight line is essentially two right angles placed together, becoming 90 plus 90, which will be 180. Now this line's not very straight, but please assume that that's 180. When we are talking about that, we're looking at the supplementary angles that make up a straight line, and it works in the same scenario. It works as in, we know that 180 is the total angle. This total angle here is 180, just like our example up here. We know that this angle here is 77 degrees, so we've got a mystery angle to work out. It works in the same scenario, so we're going to take our full angle, 180, and minus 77, and this will get us the Y mystery angle. So 180 minus 77, well, I can clearly see that's going to be 103. And there is our mystery angle, because 180 minus 77 is 103. And I know that this is a total straight line, so there we go. In one of the questions, you're going to have to work out a supplementary angle, and when you do so, take 180, which is straight, minus the angle you already know, and you'll figure out why. Okie dokie. Let's zoom out and I'll show you this huge puzzle I've got here at the top. Now, a lot of times, especially in year 6 and onwards, you'll get presented with this scenario here. And you can clearly see we've got lots of angles to work out. Okay, we've got DXF, DXC, DXB, and so on. All of these angles will be able to be solved using our complementary and supplementary angles. Crazy, I know, but I'm hoping you'll be able to work with me and sort that one out, all right? So let's do it, and then, of course, in the questions, you've got a similar one to this, so hopefully you can work out the answers as well. Okay, now the angles are always going to be a combination of the letters that you've got in front of you. So it's a little bit of learning that hopefully you'll get on board quickly. I'm not going to explain it too much, so hopefully you understand what I mean. You can clearly see that DXF equals 40 degrees. And when I say DXF, it's going from D to X to F. DXF angle. That's 40 degrees. You can also see that the current angle, DXC, is a right angle. That whole angle is a right angle. Okay, so I know that 40 degrees plus this little area here, which is FXC, equals 90 minus 40. So 90 minus 40 is going to be 50. Yeah, excellent work. Okay, so we've started that one out absolutely perfectly, and we're getting very close to the next part of our scenario as well. We've worked out this one is 50, and I can see clearly that this is a straight line across. So DXA is going to be 180 degrees. So I now know that if I minus this angle, 32, this angle, 50, and this angle, 40, from 180, I'm going to get the angle AXB. So AXB is the same as saying 180 minus 50 and 40, and minus 32 as well. That's a B there. Okay, so 180 minus 50 plus 40 is 90, and then minus 32 as well. Let's just work that out. 180 minus 50 minus 40 minus 32. Quick way of doing that is adding those angles together, and then 180 subtracting those. So it's going to be 122 when I add all those together. So 180 minus 122 is going to be the same as saying 58. So angle AXB is 58. And slowly you start to see a pattern forming. You can clearly see that this is a straight line as well, and this one is a straight line as well. So to be truly honest, once you've started looking at these straight lines, you can see that you can work out GXA quite quickly, because I've got 50 plus 32 plus 58, and the final angle will get us up to 180. So 50 plus 58 is 108, plus another 32, which is 140, which means that I've got 180 for AXG. AXG, let's do this in black this time. Angle AXG, which is this guy right here, AXG, is the same as saying 180 minus 140, which means it's 40 degrees. How exciting. So that one's 40 degrees. And the final angle I'm going to ask you to look at and have a think for a second is the angle EXG. EXG. So EXG is the same as saying 40 plus 58 plus 32, and this angle here will be the combination of all of them. So 40 plus 58 plus 32 is going to be a lovely 130 if I add them all up together. So let's do that. So angle EXG equals 180 minus 130. And 180 minus 130 is 50 degrees. 50's there. This final one here is 90, and the reason it's 90 is because this is our final right angle just here. So EXD or DXE is 90 degrees. In your questions, you're going to have to work through that, and hopefully you can do a diagram or two to work through it as well. In your questions, you've got one of those questions. You've got several complementary and supplementary angles. And again, all you need to do there is start with your total, so 90 degrees or 180 degrees, and then subtract the angle you've already got, okay? You might have an angle you've already got and subtract those from the 90 or the 180 to work out the mystery angles. Good luck, and hopefully you're feeling angly confident. Hooray!